Hello, today's presentation is based on the reflective practice exercise category D3. This session will walk through how to use reflective practice as part of your CPD and how to claim CEU points for it. We will cover the purpose of this exercise, what reflective practice is, the areas you need to complete, how to enter activities into your Claris profile, and how points and the review process work. By the end, you should feel confident completing a reflective practice submission that meets the BCRSP requirements. Reflective practice is a structured way of stopping to think about what happened, what it meant, and what to change going forward. It improves self-awareness, helps consolidate learning, and can enhance performance by encouraging us to critically analyze our experiences instead of just moving on to the next task. This process supports questioning assumptions, identifying strengths and gaps, and developing new strategies, which ultimately supports professional growth and better outcomes in safety practice. Reflective practice is not a one-time event. It is an ongoing cycle built around 4 stages. First, experience. You have an experience or event at work or in your professional life. Second, reflective observation. You step back and think about what happened and how you and others responded. Third, hypothesizing. You make sense of the experience, what you learned, what it means, and how it might change your practice. Fourth, active experimentation. You plan and try out changes based on what you learned from that experience. This cycle helps turn both positive and challenging situations into valuable opportunities for improvement and adaptation. When reflective practice is done well, there are several key outcomes. It improves your ability to understand your own learning preferences and to adjust your strategies accordingly. You gain deeper insight into your strengths and areas for development by deliberately examining what happened and why. It can increase resilience and problem-solving capacity because challenging situations become learning opportunities instead of just stressors. Over time, this leads to more effective planning and implementation of new strategies and better learning outcomes in your professional practice. To claim reflective practice for your CPD, you will use the template in Claris under the My CPD portfolio link. Your reflection should be based on a specific experience, event, or incident that has had an impact on you. Examples could include a challenging workplace situation, delivering a presentation for the first time, managing people, or responding to an OHS incident. The key is to choose something real and meaningful where reflection can highlight learning or changes to your practice. The first step is to clearly state the event or topic you're reflecting on. Provide a brief description, focusing on the event itself rather than every detail. Too broad a focus can make it hard to direct your reflection. Explain just enough context so that someone reading your submission understands what happened and why it matters to your practice. Remember that a minimum of 600 characters is required in this section and in each section of your submission. In the reflective observation section, you're describing your reactions and the reactions of others. You can address questions such as, how did you respond? How did your colleagues or team respond? What went well and what did not go well? Consider whether you were satisfied with your response and why, and whether you worked effectively with colleagues or what would have helped. You can also reflect on whether you had the support you needed and what additional support might have improved the situation. This section also requires at least 600 characters, so provide enough detail to show thoughtful reflection, not just bullet point answers. In the looking forward or hypothesizing section, you're focusing on future-oriented learning. Ask yourself, if a similar event happens again, what would you do differently based on what you learned? Describe what you learned from the experience and from the reflection itself, and how this will improve your practice. Explain how this learning will benefit your employer or clients, and whether there are lessons for your team, colleagues, or the policies and systems you follow. Again, ensure you meet the 600-character minimum with clear, specific points rather than very general statements. Active experimentation focuses on how you apply what you have learned. Describe concrete steps you will take in future situations or changes you will make to your approach, process, or communication. Consider whether this event helped you identify new learning objectives, such as training you need or skills you want to develop. Outline what skills you still need to improve and how you plan to make those improvements. For example, mentoring, courses, or practice in specific tasks. As with the other sections, you must provide at least 600 characters in this part of the submission. This next screen will show you a brief visual representation of how to submit a reflective practice exercise. Each completed reflective practice exercise is worth 1 CEU point. You can submit up to 5 exercises for a maximum of 5 CEU points through this reflective practice category. Submissions are reviewed at the end of a certificate's 5-year recertification cycle once 25 CEU points have been attained and submitted for review. If the reviewer feels more information is needed, you will have an opportunity to update your submission with the missing details. Each reflective exercise must be based on experiences that occur within your 5-year certification cycle.